Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
We have the song, yeah. And welcome, and Chag Sameach also, as we celebrate not only Shabbat, but Erev Sukkot tonight. And we'd like to start off with a song to get us warmed up and in the mood for Sukkot. If you have these with you, you'll find the song right on the front cover. And it's actually called the Sukkot Song. And I hope you'll join me as we sing through this. Some of you may remember it from previous years. Palm branches up high, with fruit hanging all around. You see to the sky, Sukkot is here. We shake the lulav, north, south, east, and to the west. Up and down, 'cause we know God is everywhere. Sukkot is a time of harvest, a time for us to say we're thankful for food we eat today. Shake together lulav, hadas, and the arava. Smell the etrog under our sukkah. Palm branches up high, with fruit hanging all around. You see to the sky, Sukkot is here. You see to the sky, Sukkot is here. Another song?
Keep going.
Okay, let's see. Here's one on the third page of this. It's in Hebrew. It's called Arba'at Haminim, and that means the four species, which is how we often refer to the lulav, the hadas, the arava, and the etrog that we shake and display on Sukkot. So we've sung this occasionally. I don't know if you'll remember it. So I hope you'll sing along with me as we go along. Lulav, etrog, hadas, v'arava, arba'at haminim, arba'at haminim. Lulav, etrog, hadas, v'arava, arba'at haminim, basukkah. Try that with me. Lulav, etrog, hadas, v'arava, arba'at haminim, arba'at haminim. Lulav, etrog, hadas, v'arava, arba'at haminim, basukkah. Nismach, nisnach, nismach, nismach, umvarech. Al nitilat lulav, al nitilat lulav. Nismach, 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 univarech. Al nitilat lulav, al nitilat lulav. Lulav, etrog, hadas, va'arava, arba'at haminim, arba'at haminim. Lulav, etrog, hadas, va'arava, arba'at haminim, basukkah. Arba'at haminim, basukkah.
Oh, you can do a Shabbat one too.
Yeah. I was thinking of that. How about, need to get everybody singing here. How about Tree of Life? It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it. All of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it. All of its supporters are happy. and all of its paths are peace. It brings of pleasantness, and all of its paths are peace. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Well, Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sukkot Sameach.
Shabbat Shalom.
Sukkot Sameach.
Okay, thank you. That was better, for better and for worse. Welcome, and we are going to begin our service with a lighting of the Shabbat candles, which you may find on page 120 and 121. Actually, let's do the holiday candle lighting.
Sounds good.
Okay, what page is that on?
Well, I think
I didn't do my homework.
571, or is that too far? Or the festival?
384.
384, okay.
Page 384. Why don't we have our temple matriarch come on up? Phyllis, and light the holiday candles for us this evening. Sure.
Help me perfect my ways of loving and caring. Inspire me to make myself whole, so that I may honor your name and create a world of justice and peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat v'shel Yom Tov. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat and this festival.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, shel Shabbat v'shel Yom Tov. Is there Shehechianu? And please join me in the Shehechianu at the bottom of the page. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Thank you. And now that we've lit the holiday lights, we're going to continue with the singing of Lecha Dodi, welcoming the Shabbat bride, which you may find on page 138.
Lecha Dodi, lekrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabala. Lecha Dodi, lekrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabala. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, Ishmiyanu el am yuchad. Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, v'shemu tiferet v'likhilah. Lecha Dodi, lekrat Pnei Shabbat Nikabela Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nikabela. Verse 5. Hitoruri Kiva Ore Kumi Ori Uri Shirda Behiri Kavod Adonai Alai Nigla Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nikabela Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nikabela. Last verse. Hoi v'shalom Aderet ba'ala Gam b'simcha U'zahola Toch emunei Am segula Boichala Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nikabela Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nikabela Pnei Shabbat Nikabela.
And now that we've welcomed the Shabbat bride and lit the candles for Shabbat and this holy day, we're going to continue with the next section of our service called the Shema and its blessings, where we reiterate the basic tenets and values of our faith on page 146. So we rise in body or spirit for the Baruch Hu, our call to worship. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due, now and forever.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach. Leolam Va'ed.
Page 148. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim v'chochma poteach she'arim uvitvuna mishaneh itim umachalif et hazmanim umesader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla Golil or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Top of page 149. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim, page 150.
Ahavat olam b'Yisrael Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachvenu uvkumenu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki him chayinu v'yorech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla nege yomam v'layla v'yahavadcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael ohev amo Yisrael.
We read the top of page, the bottom of page 150. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Now we're going to jump to page 400 as we continue with the watchword of our Jewish faith, the Shema. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated, and please join with me in the chanting of the V'ahavta on page 402. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'vetecha uv'lechtecha v'derech ושכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, lihiyot lachem lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Together, you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God, Adonai Elohechem Emeth. We now continue with the singing of the song Mi Chamocha, which the Israelites sang when they crossed the Red Sea to freedom from Pharaoh's grip, on page 406. Your shakers
Join
ready.
in with your shakers, if you like. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot, oseh ve'eleh, Nora tehilot, oseh ve'eleh, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Malchutecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ve'eli anu v'yamaru, ve'eli anu v'yamaru. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed.
Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praise to you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Continue with the singing of Hashkivenu, a song asking God to create a shelter of peace over us, which is particularly poignant for this holiday of Sukkot. Page 408.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ushmor tzeiteinu L'chaim u'shalom he'ata v'yad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim.
Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukkot.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam b'rit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אוהי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
And that concludes the second section of our service, the Shema Uvir. Now we continue with the third section, called the Tefillah, which you may find on beginning on page 468. Tefillah is a Hebrew word meaning prayer, and it's the time during the service when we pray directly to God. Please rise and embody your spirit.
Anananananana Adonai, Anananananana Svatai Tiftach, Anananananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Anananananana Adonai, Anananananana Svatai Tiftach, Anananananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Anananananana Adonai, Anananananana Svatai Tiftach, Anananananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Anananananana Adonai, Anananananana Svatai Tiftach, Anananananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Anananananana Adonai, Anananananana Svatai Tiftach, Anananananana Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Please turn to page 470. Join me in the singing of the Avot prayer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tomigim, ve'Konei Hakol, ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei v'Nehem, Lema'an Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer, Umoshia Umagin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Page 472. Ata Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol ata Rav lehoshia, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Sohomech nahoflim, Verofei choholim, umatir asurim, umakayim emunato, lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umido melach, melech memihi, umchayehi, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata lehachayot ha'kol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Page 474. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kedoshim b'kol yom yehallelujah selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Together in English. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. We now continue the singing of Shalom Rav, a song for peace, on page 488.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה לשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam.
We read together. Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people forever, for you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. And now we continue with the Misha Beirach Get Well prayer on page 371. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. This evening we think in particular of Michael Nussbaum and Gerald Bell. And if there are names of others you'd like us to keep in our hearts and our minds as we prepare to recite the Misha Beirach prayer, you may say their names aloud as I look across the room. I think of all those suffering from COVID and all those who are in harm's way around the world. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for all of their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send all of them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
And now, in addition to sending out our prayers for healing for all of those who are ill, we also thank God for all the blessings that we have in our lives, and particularly during this season, this Zman Simchatenu, the season of our happiness. This is supposed to be the happiest holiday that we have. So we think about all of our blessings and everything that we have to be grateful for. So I'd like us to take a moment and just think about what that might be out there. I'll start. I'm grateful that we had a wonderful sukkah building party this past Sunday, and we had a lot of kids came, and thank you to Jen for organizing that sukkah building party, and thank you to those who built the sukkah in the first place. Thank you to Jeff and Mike and everybody else who helped to build the sukkah. And I'm also thankful that my dog slept for 14 hours last night.
How did you get that to happen?
I think it was the rain. I think he thinks that when it rains that you're supposed to sleep. No, God will reign forever and ever.
Now you just have to turn on your shower.
Who else has something that they would like to say that they're grateful for?
Well,
Then come on
Often-
into the.
these days, it's my son that's making me grateful. He's in his first year of college, and he actually came home. He actually volunteered to come home for a visit last weekend, and it was very nice to have him home, and we did some nice things together. And we're going to see him again this weekend because it's the parents' weekend there, so thankful for these occasions.
Excellent. Anybody else? Ellen?
I'm thankful again for FaceTime, and this time my granddaughter Emma spoke to me for 15 minutes.
Wow. Ellen is grateful for FaceTime, and her granddaughter Emma, who's living in South Africa, spoke to her for 15 minutes. Awesome. Nothing could be better than that. Anybody else? Jeff?
My daughter Jessica, when you think I was helping to build the sukkah, I was actually in Washington DC,
Oh.
moving her into a new apartment. And it's a nice apartment, and she has a nice roommate, and all seems to be going well to start her new job, which she did on Tuesday.
Wonderful. So Jeff is grateful for his daughter Jessica and the fact that he moved her into her new apartment in Washington, and she started a new job, and all seems to be great. And that's why I didn't see him in the picture of the people who built the sukkah this past Sunday. But you organized it, so you get credit for that. All right, so for all of these reasons and more, we thank God by singing the Shehechianu prayer.
And we have a different tune for it this time, so to maintain your interest in this. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
We pause for a moment of silent prayer.
And now please turn in your prayer books to page 180 and sing with me the singing of O Say Shalom. O say Shalom, Imroma, Uya, say Shalom, Aleinu, shake along, V'yakol, Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. O say Shalom, V'imroma, Uya, say Shalom, Aleinu, V'yakol, Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. O say Shalom, V'imroma, Uya, say Shalom, Aleinu, V'yakol, Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. O say Shalom, V'imroma, Uya, say Shalom, Aleinu, V'yakol, Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Please turn now in your prayer books to page, yeah.
Not yet.
Oh, okay, which one?
You're jumping the gun.
Sorry.
Well, Shabbat Shalom again, everybody,
Shabbat Shalom.
and Chag Sukkot Sameach. So I just want to take a minute to explain the symbols of our Sukkot holiday. And first of all, can anybody tell me anything about Sukkot? Does anybody know anything about Sukkot? Harvest. It's one of the 3 harvest festivals in the Jewish calendar. Anything else? There's a what? There's a hut involved, yes, and the name of the hut is a sukkah, right, a sukkah, and anybody know what my favorite Hebrew word, the stuff that you put on the top of the sukkah is? Schach. Schach. Everybody say it, 1, 2, 3. Schach.
Why is that your favorite?
I just love the sound. A sukkah is a 3-sided hut and you're supposed to be able to see out of the sides. It's supposed to be a fragile dwelling, a temporary dwelling, and you're supposed to be able to see the stars through the roof. And it's symbolic of the fact that the Israelites would create these huts when they were harvesting their crops in ancient times, and then they would bring the first fruits of their crops to the temple in Jerusalem to sacrifice them to God. And actually in the Torah, it's called HaChag, which means the holiday. It was the most important holiday of the entire Jewish year, according to the Torah. So it was HaChag, and what were you supposed to do in the sukkah? Does anybody know what?
You could eat,
You're supposed to eat all your meals and
invite all your ancestors and friends.
invite all your ancestors and friends.
That would
Another
be
one of
good.
my favorite Hebrew words. Do you know what it's called when you invite guests into the sukkah? Ushpizin. Yeah, it's the name, it means to invite your guests, and there's a tradition that on the first night of Sukkot, you invite like the matriarchs and the patriarchs, and the second night you invite like the following generations of the Israelites, and you go down through the different generations each night. But it's a custom to invite friends and neighbors and relatives to come and sit in the sukkah with you to perform the command of this holy day. And so you eat in the sukkah. You're also supposed to sleep in the sukkah for 8 nights, which is traditionally 8 nights. And I just read something earlier today from a Hasidic rabbi that compared the sukkah to a chuppah. And this, I think it was the Ger Rabbi who said that the sukkah is really supposed to symbolize like a chuppah, because the Israelites are re-wed to God on this holy day. So I thought that was a very nice kind of symbolism. And also the fragility is supposed to remind us of the fragility of our lives. And it's a commandment that you take down the sukkah at some point after Sukkot. You don't leave it up the entire year, and you're supposed to build it after Yom Kippur. So all of those are symbols, so this is if you were to be in Israel right now, and actually one thing I've been doing to kind of relax, if anybody ever wants to do this on YouTube, there's this guy called relaxing.walker, and all he does is walk around with his camera around Jerusalem and other parts of Israel. So you can just spend like 45 minutes just watching this guy like walk through the streets of Jerusalem, and you see everybody walking around with these, and they actually have special carrying cases that they put them in, and before Sukkot, people go into the market in Jerusalem, and everybody is examining every single part of these 4 species here to get like the best one for the money that they can get, because it's an honor to have the highest level of these. But I didn't even explain what they were yet. This is what is this? A lulav, and this is the etrog, right? And so this is clearly 4 different kinds of species. The lulav consists of this palm branch, which is actually also called lulav, and then we've got the myrtle and the willow, and then this is the etrog. The etrog is an etrog, and it's supposed to symbolize 4 special species from the land of Israel, so it reminds us of Israel. And it also there's lots of symbolism connected to them, and one is that it reminds us of 4 parts of our bodies. And I read another commentary today that said lots of different aspects of our tradition remind us of different parts of our bodies and different character traits that we should bring into the world. And so the lulav, what does it remind us of? The spine, and being upright, straight people and who stand up for our values. And the myrtle reminds us of our eyes, so that we see the beauty of God's world. And then the willow reminds us of our lips, so that we can, reminds us that how important it is to recite prayers and say good words to each other to make the world a better place. And the etrog reminds us of our heart, right? So that we can be good-hearted people and bring goodness and kindness into the world. And so what do we do with these?
Shake 'em.
We put them together and we shake them. How do we shake them?
Up and down, left and right.
In 6 directions to remind us
God is everywhere.
that God is everywhere, right? And what does the etrog smell like, by the way?
Lemon.
Lemon. What does an etrog taste like? Not lemon. Very bitter. And every year after Sukkot's over, I always cut up the etrog into pieces and I give it to the kids in the religious school to taste. It's actually good if you put a ton of sugar in it. And outside we have that Jeff took home many years ago. Was it Mindy or you?
So Mindy gave the etrog to Kim, my wife, and.
Well, why don't you come up here and explain it, because we've got people watching out there, so I'm not gonna be able to repeat all of this.
Oh, sure. So Mindy Stanley was the 4th grade teacher, and Jessica was in her class, and after Sukkot, Jess took home the etrog. My wife Kim cut it up, or it was already cut up, and planted the seeds. And we ended up and gave it back to the class, everybody had the opportunity to grow an etrog plant. And we still have a few of them at our house. They're probably taller than I am, no fruit yet. And the smallest that we have left is here at the sukkah, because it was easy to transport. And there it is.
Thank you. I didn't know you were holding out on us, that there were bigger that there were bigger etrog plants. But yeah, anyway, so every single year after I cut up the etrog after Sukkot, I give it to the kids, and I also give them all seeds. I cut out all the seeds, but your family took it to heart, and it's amazing the size of the etrog plants that you grew. So maybe someday we'll be able to grow our own etrogs, but nobody's holding their breath. And anyway, it's a mitzvah on Sukkot to shake the lulav and etrog, and so we're going to continue by singing
Yeah,
the
we can
blessing
sing
of
the-
the lulav and etrog. Come on over.
Okay, so. sing the
On
blessing
page
first.
571.
Shall we sing the blessing first and then?
Yes,
the Hosh-
yes.
Great. So the blessing is in the middle of the page. And we'll do it to a tune somewhat like the Shabbat blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al nitilat lulav. And then we sing the Shehechianu below that. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu, v'kiyamanu, v'higianu, lahazman hazeh. And now we will play and sing, at the top of the page, Hoshia et Amecha. Hoshia et Amecha, Uvarich et nachalatecha, Ureim, 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 Ureim v'nasem, Ureim v'nasem ad ha'olam. Hoshia et Amecha, Ureim v'nachalatecha, Ureim, 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 Ureim v'nasem, V'nasem ad ha'olam. Hoshia et Amecha, Uvarech et nachalatecha, Ureim, 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 Ureim v'nasem, Ureim v'nasem ad ha'olam. Hoshia et Amecha, Uvarech et nachalatecha, Ureim, 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 Ureim v'nasem, Ureim v'nasem ad ha'olam.
Thank you. So after the service is over, we're all going to go out into the sukkah and do the blessings. And Everybody's gonna have an opportunity to perform the mitzvah of shaking lulav and etrog for yourselves. And now we're gonna continue our service with the Elenu on page 586. Jen, why don't you come on up and open the ark curtain? Please rise in body or spirit.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'tek gedula li'yotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'goralenu kichol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated.
And join me at the top of page 588. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומיים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, והארץ מתחת, אין עוד. And on page 591, please join me in the singing of a contemporary version called the B'ne'emar, Bayom Hahu. B'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, L'melech al kol ha'aretz, Bayom Hahu, Yihye Adonai, Echad u'shemo echad. B'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, L'melech al kol ha'aretz, Bayom hahu yihye Adonai, Echad u'shemo echad. Bayom hahu yihye Adonai, Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Bayom hahu yihye Adonai, Echad u'shemo echad. Ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, L'melech al kol ha'aretz, Bayom hahu yihye Adonai, Echad u'shemo echad, Echad u'shemo echad, Echad u'shemo echad.
And the introduction to the Kaddish, the prayer for those who have died, is on page 599. We think now of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. We recall Carol Finkel, who died during this past week, and our condolences again to Michael, her husband, who's here with us, and to the whole Finkel family. And we add to her name the names of those whose yahrzeits or anniversary of whose deaths occur this week. Naomi Bronstein, Arthur Hanflig, Herbert Kramer, Melvin Lieberman, Jack Pearson. And at this time, if there are names of others you'd like us to keep in our hearts and our minds when we prepare to recite the Kaddish prayer, you may say their names aloud or in your hearts as I look across the room. We also recall all of those who have died of COVID. We also recall those who have died in this horrible war in Ukraine and in other conflicts around the world, or of disease and hunger around the world. Zichronam livracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing. Return to page 598 and rise in body or spirit to recite the Kaddish prayer. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon v'chayeh d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'yizman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach l'olam l'olmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richu, la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, ta'amiran bi'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to our country, to all Israel and all the world, as we say together, amen. Please be seated. So I guess it's up to me for announcements now. Welcome, everybody. Great to have you here. And thank you to Ellen for organizing the oneg afterwards, which is going to be in the sukkah. And I think we're going to go straight into the sukkah for the kiddush and the motzi. And I'm going to bring the camera with me so everybody out there can also see. And so next Friday night, we're going to have a very exciting service. It's going to be Simchat Torah, and we're going to have the consecration of all of our religious school students, and we haven't had a consecration for about 3 years because of COVID, so we may be reconsecrating some people, but that's okay. You can never be consecrated enough. So hopefully you'll join us for that. And the temple band is going to be playing, and we're going to be dancing around with the Torah scrolls. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then the week after that, the Friday after that, we've got a string of special services. The week after that is going to be our Noah's Ark pause for Shabbat service, and because we have it now every year when we read the Torah portion, the Parashat Noah's Ark in the Torah. So it's going to be Rocky's first time here. Ellen, I may pawn him off on you so I can lead the service. So all animals are welcome, assuming Shelley will be here.
Of course.
Okay, we can't, it can't be a Noah's Ark service without Shelley, our turtle.
I keep on trying to put a yarmulke on and the head disappears. I'm working on it though.
So we'll just have a kippah without a head. Maybe that'll,
Yeah.
okay. All right, and so all four-legged animals need to be on a leash or in a cage. The first year we did this, we had 5 or 6 Shih Tzus, I think, running around the building, unleashed, which we realized was not the way to go, was not the way to do this. So join us for that, and then the week after, we're going to have a trunk or treat Shabbat service. So everybody's going to bring their leftover Halloween candy, and we're going to decorate our trunks, and instead of it having an Oneg Shabbat inside, we're going to go out into the parking lot, and we're going to trick or treat. We have to find the Jewish version of that in different people's cars, and that will be a great way to get rid of our Halloween candy and fun for the kids. So, any other announcements? Okay. So in that case, we're going to not continue with the Kiddush because we're going to do that in the Sukkah, but we'll just, I think, continue with our closing song.
And if it's okay, I'd like to sing a song that's on the back of your pamphlets. It's a song that we actually sang at the Tashlich service each year, but it's also becoming sort of considered an honorary Sukkot song. The prayer book actually has that as one of the songs listed under Sukkot. And most of you know it, at least in some form or other. It was a popular song for back in the 60s and 70s. Pete Seeger probably wrote it, and then the Byrds picked it up and sort of did a little more of a rock version of it. Turn, turn, turn. I think it's appropriate for Sukkot because Sukkot commemorates the change of seasons and the nature of life, and sort of the life of nature and the nature of life. And so I hope you'll sing this with me. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There's a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. And I think you could shake along if you'd like to. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time for love, a time for hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. And a time to every purpose under heaven.
Shabbat Shalom, and please join us in the sukkah, and I'm bringing the camera out there as well.
Right.
All right.
And this will be playing again out there, you think, or playing guitar for the, or you shaking? No? Okay.
So I'm bringing you now outside to the sukkah, and somebody just grab the, yeah.
Do we go to this way or?
This way is fine. We're going out to the sukkah. Here we are. I guess it's a little bit dark in here. And here is the etrog plant that we were discussing before, right in front of the sukkah.
Do it where it's lighter?
Yeah, maybe. Well, Ben, do you want to stand over here? Okay, let's start with the kiddush. Who wants to grab the kiddush cup? Okay, get over here, Jeff. That's good.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen.
L'chaim. Ellen, come on over for the.
Sing it together. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Thank you, Ellen. for making the challah as usual. And thank you for everything else that you brought for the oneg. All right, anybody wanna, well, let's go in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Oops, sorry.
Who wants to try shaping? You're supposed to hold them together and shake them in all directions. All right. Hard if you're tall.
I know. My God, you could knock down the sukkah for this.
There we go.
All right. Who's
Excellent.
next? Next. Michael?
Go up and down. That's
There-
about it.
There's no wrong direction. They're all
There we
directions.
go. Up. This and go like this. Very nice.
Very nice.
Okay.
Oh, and you're also supposed to smell the etrog.
Oh.
Jeff, you
Very
must smell the
lemony, you're
etrog.
right, it's lemon.
Very, very lemony.
Sarah, you want to try? Okay. This is Sarah, everybody.
Hi, Sarah.
Community.
Welcome, Sarah.
I want to take down the lights there.
Or take out Ben's eye.
Yeah, I don't want to take out anything. Okay.
That was excellent.
Don't we have to be certain that the etrog is kosher?
Yes, the etrog is kosher.
Very
Cool.
Because it has
Does it
a,
have the little
it has to, this is called the pitome, the very end. So if this, the pitome, and if this is not intact, it's not a kosher etrog, but it is, so we're all set. Okay, Michael, you wanna?
There are Native American ceremonies where they do the same 6 directions.
I bet. And I think we're gonna end there, so Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.